all alone and they're coming in hot. We got a lake so Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball. Tim Hall, we got legs and a guy in a bear suit. Tim Hall, we're making money up YouTube clips, big ticket flips. We got potential to grow. He's in the NBA. What else can I say? You gotta get in the know. In Washington's inside game, live talking flame. Why are you selling so low? Those Canadian bacon and friends, fun never ends. Come on and get on the show. Tim Hall, Tim Hall, Tim Hall, Tim Hall.
Freaking out enough. Why not? Lose my mind. What is happening?
This is not financial advice.
What's up, everybody? We're back. We got a little Bandy sighting in the background there. He's up early this morning. Good to be back. We're going to talk a little foosball today. Thank God I'm not doing this by myself because I am in pain this morning. Who do we got here? We got Pack Drip, Joker Rocks here, Jump Shooty, We the Peeps, Eff and Nico, the Lonely Jedi, 90s fan. We'll be seeing later tonight on Turf Talent, little Turf Talent Spaces at 8 o'clock tonight. Zach says, people are forgetting about the playoff comments again, JVB. There were more released yesterday, and yeah, we have teams at 11, AGB at 15, Debo at 16 again. So there you go. Subscribe to Zach's Rock. He's got you your playoff comments ready. John's here, airplane mode. Also, I was excited to see this. Can we actually call these locker room packs if 90% of these don't have an S1 moment? I love this take, honestly. Can't be locker room packs unless 60%. I think 60% is the right number. As long as 60% of us get a Series 1 moment, it's all good. The captain's here, Stubbs here, Top Shot comment, man. Borland's here, Big Ticket, Chewy Milo, Ransom Reed, who else? Tommy Welch, Eagle Putt, Garen, Will, Fenny, Jason, Rad Dad. Everybody else is here. 99% don't have Series 1 moments, Jedi. God damn it. All right, let's get going. We have a special guest this morning. You saw him last week fumbling around with the intro song. Let's bring John on. What's going on, man?
What's up? What's up? You definitely hit the intro quicker than I did last week. That's for sure.
Yeah, the key is you gotta see the go red live and then wait 5 seconds and then go. Fenny's asking how many beers at the Liberty game. Well, let me tell you something. I just told John this. So Barclays has this little beer kiosk, and I was like, oh, so you don't have to wait in line. I just like tap my card, walk right in, grab a big tall boy. The best part is they were all Blue Point signage. It was Blue Point signs everywhere, and you could only get Bud Lights. That made me laugh. And then I found out it was like a $30 to get in there, which is the most expensive Bud Light I've ever had in my entire life.
You could buy a bucket of those in Mexico for $30.
Yeah, and that comes with a car. Chewy said, did you say kiosk? Yeah, shut up, Tandy.
Trigger words.
Tandy and Janie on last night. Yesterday, they talked about kiosks. My favorite thing that Janie did was she was the one who brought up kiosks, and she's like, you know what, Tandy, why don't you tell me why kiosks? And I thought that was great. But John Boy, I'm excited to have you on because you were telling me offline this is your official last best ball entrance.
Yes, yeah, we've been
BBM
talking about it for a couple weeks on here in the mornings, but I'm leaving for Ireland tomorrow night, and
Nice.
my only goal in life was to max enter BBM before we left for Ireland, and here we are on the penultimate draft, or is that what it's called? The last one, right?
No, this is the last one. This is the series finale.
So
Penultimate was the 148
or
149. Yeah.
I learned that word from a series of unfortunate events, but clearly I didn't actually get it right.
Yeah, I learned it from podcasts talking about TV. And then the second I learned it, though, I fired it out a lot. I was like, this sounds like a good word. Let's get it out there. Before we'll get into the draft pretty quickly. So if you guys want to get involved, I'm going to drop a link to Underdog in here. If it's your first time using Underdog, we'll explain it a little bit more as we get going. But you draft the team one time, and then you don't have to do a damn thing for the rest of the year. and then you just win a couple $1 million. But so
Yeah,
sign up
hopefully you walk away with $2 million.
And then what was I was gonna say, you know what else we're gonna do today? So the NBA Top Shot podcast is coming out on Friday, and your boy is being featured on this one. And what we did, Steve set up a little trivia game between me and TST, and it was for packs. And your boy won 18 packs for the Team Hold community. So we're gonna give away 5 on this stream. And so go ahead, like this. Yeah, like it, subscribe, and then Z better than TST. Just throw that into the chat because it was a smoke show. It was a smoke show. It was Steve was then like creating new questions just for like TST to close the gap. Like it was like 12-4 at one point. It was an ugly scene. But so go ahead, like the stream, subscribe, Z better than TST. All right, so before we fire up the draft, how did your all day packs go yesterday?
My all day packs were decent. I mean, considering this one was a free pack, right? Essentially,
Yep.
I mean, I'm pretty sure most people had all four components. So I got a Ramondre Stevenson, which is like my 4th or 5th one that I've landed in the pack. So just gonna hold on to that man. Hopefully, he grabs a couple touchdowns early on in the season. And then I got Emir Smith-Marset.
I'm sorry, who?
Vikings wide receiver 4. I don't know,
okay,
somewhere around there.
All right.
I don't think he's gonna see the field a lot this year. And then
I
got another moment too. I forget which one.
There you go. Yeah, mine was pretty gross. It was Joe Schroden, another Chase Edmonds. I think I'm on the Chase Edmonds leaderboard.
Yeah,
and
there we go.
Devontae Parker. So you know what? It wasn't that bad. It was the guys that are going to see the field. So
yeah.
Any like
Thomas Welch said his wife hit her second Justin Tucker in a row. Justin Tucker rare in a row. Unreal.
Wow. That's good. I thought John was slow playing that story to an epic pull. No, Nance, we just forgot the.
Okay, I do have an epic pull though. Last night, sitting on the couch, wife's firing through some Bachelorette or whatever the show's called, and I'm just so I just went DJ local and I just went through the trade ticket cycle, and I decided I'm just going to empty out my account of all trade tickets, and about 20 packs in, I landed the Ja Morant S1 double badge, not the debut, but the double badge.
That's still a couple hundo, right?
It's way better than a couple 30 trade tickets or whatever I had sent in my account. So
Did you see the tweet going around yesterday? Somebody hit
oh my God, yeah,
a LeBron and a Steph TSD.
Yes,
man,
yeah,
and I saw
back to back within 40 packs or something.
Yeah, that's incredible. I also saw somebody trade in a Steph TSD yesterday, which
I think that was a mistake, right?
yeah. He's like, nah, dude, I am out on Steph. So much so I don't want $1,800. Go ahead and take it. One more thing too before, and then we can fire up the draft if you want. Did you see the OTM Rumble announcement? So that's going to be, we're officially live for this coming week for preseason. Although I guess you might be. You're going to be in Ireland, so I don't know. Although I guess you should be able to still submit lineups and stuff for that.
Yeah, I'll probably be able to figure it out. I'm sure one of these. We're doing it kind of cheap. We're doing like full hostile mode. So I'm hoping a couple of these things have Wi-Fi, but we'll see.
How long are you over there for?
Dude, we're over there for like 11 days. We're going to Amsterdam first for 2 days for the weekend. This weekend we're going to Amsterdam, and then and then we're in a car and we're mobbing around Ireland. My buddy's getting married on Thursday in some Kilkenny, Tipperary, something, I don't know, some town. So we're going to be there, and then, we're going all over.
I mean, it's going to be a good time. We're going next fall. We're going for a wedding, and we're going to go for like 2 weeks, and I've never been, so I'm very excited.
Oh yeah, me neither. It's going to be
awesome. But yeah, so OTM Rumble preseason is going to be just straight up dart throws, right? Because you get some teams that are like, yeah, I need to get my quarterback out there for 3 quarters. You have other teams that are like, nope, we know exactly who we got. There's no reason to risk anything. So I don't know. Get your Trace McSorleys ready.
Yeah, well, I was trying to think, like, do these guys even have moments on the website? Like, let's search by Let's check out OTM right now, and we'll search by. Oh, here. Let me share my screen. Maybe
Yeah, if you
that's a
want to
little
share.
better for the morning crowd. You know.
The only guy that's like popping right now in my head is Huntley. I feel like Huntley might be a sneaky grab, assuming Lamar is not going to play too much, and the Ravens really like to win preseason games.
Yeah.
So I could see them continue. What is it, like 23 in a row now? Which
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
like the
Unreal.
longest streaks I could give a shit about.
Yeah. Uh, I was just gonna sort by like cheapest quarterback, see if that like
Yeah,
drew us to any conclusions.
there you go. Big ticket through Jordan
Um,
Love into the chat.
yeah, Jordan Love. Oh yeah, Hicks Common just came out,
Right,
$6. He's been playing quite a bit for the Packers. That could be a good one.
that is a
Uh,
good one.
I don't think Dante Cole. I don't think any of those guys are playing. Josh Johnson's been bumping around a little bit. He might get some throws.
Yeah,
Dalton's not in. Heineke, I haven't heard his name at all this offseason. Huntley, yeah, there we go. $8. I think is Drew Lock the starter, so he's not going to play, right?
I think Drew Luck, is he healthy again? I know he was hurt for a little bit because they were like, "Oh yeah, it's going to be his job," and then I thought he immediately got hurt.
Yeah,
But
so it
like
looks
even
like there's like 3 quarterbacks, maybe Jordan
yeah.
Love and Tyler Huntley, and maybe Josh Johnson.
Jake's asking, "Hey, what's up, Jake? Where's this fantasy integration?" So OTM on the moment, proud sponsor of Team Hold, is doing it's called OTM Rumble. You can actually, if you can see on John's screen, there's a tab too that just says Rumble HQ. And you can go and it like shows you projected points. I think right now it shows projections for week 1. But yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna be able to set a lineup on their site. So that's gonna be that's gonna be fun. I mean, obviously, I'm way more excited. This is how I felt about the Super Draft thing this week. Like for the NBA, I'm way more excited about the regular season than I am about trying to throw darts at NFL all day. You know who might be interesting? Daniel Jones. I can see the Giants still playing him a bunch this weekend. Just because their offense doesn't seem right yet.
yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
You're gonna need to be scraping the well. So let's see. When are oh shit, sorry. I was just pulling up the prize pool here because we can talk about that. But let's see. When are most of the games? Are they all like on the same day for the last week of preseason, or they spread them out? No, we still got
No,
them all
they're
spread
usually
out.
they're usually spread out. Let me see
Hmm.
if DraftKings has like their slate up yet.
So I will say Jordan Love plays in the first game of the week. So
Oh, it's tricky.
could be a little stack opportunity there. If they're making it lock, I don't know how. So normally preseason, or let's see, did they talk about it here? Typically they're gonna lock on Sunday morning. So you're gonna be able to kind of move and shake around your Thursday guys. I don't
Oh,
know if
that's
they're
true,
gonna
right?
do the
So
same
maybe,
thing.
yeah, maybe we don't. So maybe we just sit there and wait and watch. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about Rumble
But
though
like
for a
there's only
second.
2 games Sunday, so I doubt they're locking, like most of the games are Saturday and there's even like 4 on Friday, so it seems a
Yeah,
little wonky.
I was talking about this with Mr. Big Ticket on Monday, and I'd love your perspective. So, okay, they're saying lock is for Friday. Lock's Friday night. Tonight's games are sneaky.
Okay.
You mean tomorrow night's, right? There's no games tonight, right? But what's your take on the hero position? I wanted to call it the captain position because of my DraftKings brain. But what's
Oh, I
your
haven't even been
take?
showing what I wanted to show. Sorry, dude.
Oh no,
Go
you're
ahead.
good. But what's been your like thought process as you're starting to think about building lineups for Rumble? What you're like how you're going to utilize the hero position?
Yeah. It's actually funny. Somebody was asking me about this yesterday, and I was talking through it. I think like majority of the time, a quarterback is gonna be like, well, let's put it this way. If you play a quarterback at hero, I feel like you have a good chance of getting a higher score than if you play
Hmm.
a wide receiver. However, I think every week there's going to be a wide receiver that scores more than a
Right,
quarterback, and it's going to be the optimal hero play. It's
right.
just if you play quarterback, you just have a better chance of like getting more points versus
Hmm.
the optimal is probably going to be a wide receiver. You just have to kind of nail it on the head. So
Yeah,
I think I'm
because
always
I
going to play receiver.
that's what I said on Monday too. Because I was like, if I was paying to get into this contest, I'd be more likely to fire in some quarterback spots, right? Where I'm like, okay, I would
Yeah,
like to, I would like a shot at recouping some of this from here and there, and then like maybe as I build the bankroll, then I'll start firing a little bit more. But as a free contest, I'm not playing for the $20 in 100 and first to 200.
Yeah.
Like I want shots at first. And if we think like 65 to 70% of the field is going to be putting quarterbacks in unless the only thing, and we went through this on Monday, unless the quarterback is somebody that only has like Trey Lance, right? If you own the Trey Lance legendary and there's like, 25 of you, then fine. Yeah, play that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
if you're
that's
playing
unreal.
right, but if you're playing like Mahomes, who has 2 rares and a legendary, so is everyone else that has that moment. So it's just going to be a little bit harder to find first,
My initial gut reaction for week 1 is Mike Evans rare and Tom Brady at QB. That's what I'm planning on rolling out.
That little stack,
I think
action.
I think that's going to be a little contrarian because Brady's so expensive.
Yeah.
$300. I don't know if a lot of people are going to play Brady at QB.
No, is SF City says need a Jolly Joker to play preseason. Looks like no, you don't. You need to. There's if you look in their Discord, you need to be. They have 2 different lists because they haven't minted Jolly Jokers yet. So that would mean no one is playing. But if you are on the pre-access or whatever it's called, the allow list, the white list, the Joker list, you should have access to it too. And then Tom's saying maybe the guys who have no commons yet, like Mike Williams, Godwin's, Evan. Yeah, I think that's like really digging in to how many moments these like rare players have. I think that's the way to like really separate yourself.
Well, there's 2 categories right here that Thomas is talking about that I was thinking about once they came out with the Rewind 3-packs for the Game Changers or whatever it was. So there's the players that don't have any more and this is why I was so fired up last week trying to figure out if they're going to mint more moments. So there's that group that Thomas talked about. There's quite a few others that don't have a common, right? So regardless of Rumble, if any of these guys like land in a challenge, if Mike Evans, Mike Williams lands in a challenge, right? Obviously their rare is going to kind of skyrocket. And then there's also quite a few players who have like a common moment and then either like a $400, $300 rare or like a legendary only, right? Like,
right.
I mean, Justin Jefferson is like a little bit expensive. He's in the $75 range or something like that. But then he's got like a freaking, I don't know, $3,000 legendary or something. So there's like a huge gap there for that moment to run. So if you're like the only thing I'd caution against that is we have not seen a challenge yet on All Day where it's been like NBA where they are on Top Shot where they require players, right? It's always been like a 3 of 5 or 4 of 6 or whatever. Right. And they've kind of always somewhat given an out there. So, hopefully they lean into the requirements and hopefully they kind of do some of the flash challenge type stuff where it's like top 5 receiving people plus top 5 rushers or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely some, I mean, it's like when you think about like last year's playoff run when it or 2 years ago now, I guess, when it was like Pat Connaughton had like one moment on the site and he was just like $30, $70, $40, $60, like throughout the whole Bucks run, right? And it's like I feel like that can happen quite a bit over the first couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm really hopeful that because I know like right now I think they're doing a good job. I think Borland, he's talking about basketball. I think they're doing a good job of like mixing up the different types of challenges right now. And I think it's really hard to peg what the next thing is they're going to do. And I know everyone right now is like, don't worry, they're doing defenses this week because they did offense last week. So far, they haven't done that once where it's like, oh, this is the like how they're going to do challenges. I am very interested to see what it's going to look like the first couple weeks. Like, are they going to be like, not necessarily fantasy, but is it stat based? Are we going to see stuff like that? I'm really excited to see what that's going to look like. You said something. There was something else that I wanted to hit that you had mentioned. God, and now somebody said the Herbert Rare at home versus the Raiders week 1. I was going to ask you this, like, because in a lot of times in like DraftKings or any sort of fantasy, you're trying to correlate a little bit. And I think it makes a ton of sense in this week to week to be like, okay, if I'm playing like the Evans rare, let's throw the Brady quarterback. Are you going to continue to let that brain expand a little bit more like that? Like how he said, we got Raiders and Chargers in week 1. Are you like, all right, I'm going to throw the Herbert rare. I'm going to have Mike Williams in there and then maybe run that back with a Devontae Adams if you have it. Are you like going that deep?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, so I was actually just going to pull up the roster here. So you basically do a QB, running back, two receivers, a flex, right? So like
Hmm.
I would say that pretty much you're just going to want to start at three receivers every week,
Right.
just because. So it's the same comment, or it's the same comment we were having about quarterbacks and receivers in the flex, right? So
Hmm.
with it being PPR, right? It's PPR. We got that right.
Oh, I don't remember that. I actually don't know. I hope so.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah, there it
PPR.
is.
So you're gonna just the oh god damn, I keep doing this. The upside on receiver is just so much more every week, right? So like, I mean, obviously Chris McCaffrey's or whatever, like Kamara, the guys that are gonna catch a bunch are good, but like you're probably always gonna want to play three receivers. So I would say like I think it's probably because the other thing about DraftKings, right, that like makes you lean into that correlation is you just can't jam all the studs in, right? Because you
Right.
just don't have the salary for it, right? So then it's like, okay, well, if I'm going to punt off a receiver, well, I might as well correlate it. If I'm going to punt off a tight end, I might as well match him up with a quarterback or whatever. I do think just a simple correlation of QB and tight end might be slept on pretty big,
Yeah, I
and
think so
like
too.
that would be kind of an easy one I would lean into doing. And then,
I
yeah, I
also
mean,
just
like,
to go off that
go
real
ahead.
quick. I love that call. I also think there's going to be weeks where it's not nuts to play. Maybe you have a Mahomes Kelsey matchup, and Waller's also in a great spot, and using a tight end in a flex. I mean, you're not using one of your punt tight ends in a flex,
Yeah,
so this would be
yeah,
like double elite tight end. But I
yeah.
don't hate that either.
No, yeah, that's a good call. Just trying to think of things that like people aren't going to do because, like, okay, week one, everybody's going to jam Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, like
Right.
Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Like, it's just going to be like I would assume week one there's going to be a lot of duplicated lineups, and I haven't even really started looking like specifically at the matchups and stuff like that. But I know Chargers Raiders is a big one.
Hmm.
I know Bill. I
Bills
think
Rams,
the
right?
Bills and Rams play on Thursday or something like.
Yep,
Is
I
that
think
what the
so.
first game is? Bills Rams. So
I think
that's a
so.
big game that people are going to target. So yeah, I mean, I really hope they release the CSVs for these. I've been on Moment Rings Play to do that, and I haven't done it yet. So hopefully OTM does, but it'll be fun to kind of back test some ownership projections and stuff, and kind of see how things are shaking out. Because
That's
um,
what I was gonna throw Rad Dad's coming up there. Do you think that's even a
yeah,
possibility in this format?
yeah, I think so. I mean, like, I mean, I have no idea how like the sites do ownership projections. I mean, I think it's kind of just correlated to like the how many times I think they do sims and how many times a player shows up in optimal or something like that.
Mhm.
So I think it's I don't know specifically how to do it. I feel like if anything, I would be tracking more like the historical ownership stuff and just
Right.
seeing if there's any trends week to week. And like if Josh Allen's consistently in like the 50% range, well, it's like, okay, well, I'm just never gonna play Josh Allen and hope like,
Right.
Kyle or Lamar or whatever just beats Josh Allen this week. So yeah, I mean, Finney says QB Superflex contest coming. Oh, he's got fingers crossed. He's hoping that's
Oh, got you.
announced. Uh, that would be interesting. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I think there's gonna be a little bit of game theory involved, but I do think that we're gonna run into. There's definitely gonna be a period of, or there's definitely gonna be a end of the spectrum where you've like gone too far, right? Where
Right.
like if you think about moment ranks play, right, where like you kind of just need like in moment ranks play, you kind of need just like one player in your lineup or maybe two that are like
Right.
really different, galaxy brain or whatever, and then you just kind of jam the rest of the studs and hope that it pays off, and maybe you get a little bit different on the plays for the studs or whatever. And
Yeah,
I
and
think that's going to be the same thing here.
because like the one thing about moment ranks is you could get away with like, all right, Ish Smith hasn't played in 8 weeks, but all of the guards are out for this team tonight, so Ish Smith is going to start. So if he hits 2 assists, he smashes a bonus, right? So
Yeah,
that's like
yeah,
occasionally you'd fire in somebody like that. We're not going to see this, so I don't think there's not going to be a lot of room for being like, well, KJ Osborne is actually in a great matchup this week. Like, I
yeah.
don't know how many times that's going to happen. I think you're just playing like a less popular stud versus, a third string or wide receiver 3 on a team.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I'm actually kind of glad they kept the defense in there because that's just like a I mean, honestly, that's just like a randomizer, right? That's just like that
Right.
just
That
like gets all the
absolutely.
lineups like adding an extra 4 to 9 points to every lineup randomly. So I think
Yeah.
that's good. And but I think you're right. I think it's going to be like there's going to be a pool of like 8 quarterbacks every week. There's going to be a pool of like 10 running backs, 15 receivers
Mhm.
that like everybody's picking from. And so I'm interested to see kind of how the dupes work and stuff like that. And I wonder if the hero stuff is really going to start mattering more.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a decent amount of cash in these lineups every weekend. 300 people, 300 people get paid out. So I think this is going to have, pretty good staying power throughout the season, and people are going to be pretty interested in following along.
I
playing.
think so too. It's going to be so fun too. I mean, I feel like I've said this every football show, but to pay attention to like how the market moves between Thursday and Sunday with like the one game that week, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And then there'll be ways, and that's all, like, even if you're like, oh, I don't really like fantasy, there's going to be like fun market moves, market plays, just based on like who plays on Thursday and stuff like that. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I think for timing, you want to jump in a little BBM, and if anybody else wants to get in there.
Yeah, we're live, baby.
Oh, we're already in. There we go. How many? You're waiting for 5 more people. I was tempted to jump in this with you, but there's we're just gonna play on the same team here.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, excited! Can we peep some ownership for you? Can we take a look at
Yeah,
that?
let's
I'd
do
like
it.
to
Let's
see-
do it. Let's see. We got some time here. I
Or
forget
some-
how to do this
yeah,
on computer. All right, so let's filter through the BBM here.
Because we've talked about this offline too, where I think we've not intentionally, but unintentionally have different approaches in the sense that like my pool is very condensed.
Yeah, and I think I'm a lot more spread out, but I think I've got like I don't know, like at quarterback, you could see like Murray, Lance, Burrow, Dak, Lamar, Hurts, Brady. Like I'm pretty
Mhm.
set. Like even Allen, I've got almost 8%. Like Mahomes 7%. So I'm pretty locked into like the top 6 or 7 guys. And I kind of just rifle through them, and then I just take a flyer on whoever the second quarterback is. So Kyler Murray, I've definitely got the biggest stand on at quarterback. But like
I
you
like
said,
that.
I mean, so there's about 20 drafts that are still ongoing for slow drafts right now, so it doesn't pick them all
Mhm.
up. But then yeah, I'm really, really tight at running back too. But like I've just been in love with these guys all summer. Chase Edmonds was going in like the freaking 11th round for a while.
Oh, he was going
Aaron
so deep.
Jones, oh my god, yeah, so deep. Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, I just love because he was a
Yeah.
backer and he's awesome. Um, Eli Mitchell, I'm a little. I mean, he's a running back 1 for the Niners. So we'll see. Naheem Hines, I mean, freaking, the coach just keeps Reich just keeps saying draft him for your fantasy
Dude.
team. So I'm just
I
gonna
know.
listen to the coach.
Every single podcast I've listened to just talks about how terrible Carson Wentz was. And they're like, yeah, Matt Ryan's
Yeah.
actually a lot better than that, guys. And Naeem Hines,
Yeah.
I think he went from like an 80% catch rate to like a 68% last season or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just because Carson Wentz sucks. And I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Naeem Hines it is.
Yeah, I know. And they've talked about like wanting to kind of like I guess lessen oh shit, I think I'm on the clock, dude.
We on the clock? Let's go.
Yeah, we're on the clock. Let me figure this shit out here.
Switch
I'm just
back.
gonna take this pick.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go. I got the number 7 pick, and we're gonna go Jamar Chase here.
Yeah. Oh,
And then we're
what?
gonna
Chase at
switch.
7? What are people doing?
Yeah, dude. I know. So let's keep firing through this because now we got 9 picks. So I got a
Yeah.
big stand on T. Higgins.
Yes.
I like that. I like him. I got a pretty big stand on Gabe Davis, who a lot of people think is getting drafted, too high or whatever. But fuck it, I just think the Bills are gonna be so good.
No,
I'm really nervous that I have 2 Commanders receivers so high up, and I just have 0 Carson Wentz. But see how that
yeah,
shakes
I know.
out.
I think that's fine.
And then my biggest regret is Sammy Watkins. I was just firing on Sammy Watkins early on in the offseason, and been trying to correct that ever since.
Yeah, I was taking a couple of shots at him in like pick 17 or 18.
Yeah.
We're pretty similar on a lot of this stuff for our big stands.
I like it. And then I've gone pretty heavy on the elite tight end. So I got a lot of Waddler, a lot of Kelsey, a lot of Kittle. Not much Andrews. I just feel like he's getting drafted a little early. I'd like him in the 3rd better.
Yeah.
And then when I don't get those guys, I pretty much always fire on Dawson Knox or Dallas Goedert. Those are like the 2. If I don't get one of the like big guys, those are like the first ones I always take. And then Higbee and Joku, I've just been grabbing late because they haven't really moved like all summer.
They haven't moved at all.
Um,
Also, First Mint, thanks for being here. Thank you for the shout out in the newsletter today. Also saying, hey, Mike, you suck.
all right, we're gonna get back
Yeah,
to this draft here.
yeah, get back in there. My quarterback, so 24% Trey Lance.
Dude, but that's sick. I love that.
Yeah, 24% Trey Lance, and then I've got next up is like 16. I got Lamar Jackson at 16%, Hurts at 14. I've got way too much Derek Carr at 14%, but I felt like I kept going like Adams in the first or second, and then Waller in like the fourth. And I was like, if
Yeah,
I've got those two main pieces, I mean, they can both get there without, but like, I don't know, just take a shot at Carr too. But that happened too many times early on.
yeah. So we're gonna go Aaron Jones here, just because I'm all in on Aaron Jones. He was going in the third round for quite a bit of the summer. Now he's
Yeah.
a hefty middle of the second round pick. But I was telling Mike before the show, this is the last draft we're doing. I mean, right now I've stuck to ADP, but I'm just gonna try to grab the guys I like, just make a solid team, not worry about ADP, have some fun with it.
Yeah.
And hey, maybe this thing takes down 2 million.
Let's take it down. I'm really excited.
Everybody who's watching will get 1,000 Shiba coins or something if I win 2 million.
Sheeplecoin. I'm excited this year. I've like dabbled with football best ball, but not really gone all in until this is like my first year doing that. But on NBA, I went like really hard this past
hmm
season, and I had so much fun sweating that out.
hmm
And so I'm excited to. I feel way more confident about my basketball takes and my football takes, but whatever.
Yeah.
Patrick said with the Aaron Jones take, do you have it? You just think both Jones and Dylan eat this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I love Dylan, but I mean, there's a quote from Rogers the other day that said, you know, we got to get our best 11 on the field, and he was kind of insinuating having Dylan and Jones both out there. I mean, they haven't really done that in the preseason all, or even in from what I've seen from the camp report. So I don't know how much of that is true, but I mean, Rogers. So Romeo Dubs, Christian Watson, or sorry, Romeo Dubs is getting a lot of hype. Christian
Hmm.
Watson's a higher draft pick as a rookie. Rogers just like doesn't trust rookies like for his whole
Right.
career, and so I'm not really sold. Like their starting receivers week one are probably going to be Allen Lazard and Sammy Watkins, and that was kind of why I was buying in on Sammy Watkins early, because I could see him being like the guy for the first 5 or 6 weeks,
Hmm.
and maybe having some big weeks until the rookies start to get in there. But like even Lazard, Watkins, like that just doesn't get you going. And Tanyan, Tanyan's back and he's a little banged up, but yeah,
And
I
they
mean, I
love using
think,
Tanyan.
yeah. So, but still, it's just like this is just going to be the Aaron Jones show, I think. And even if Dylan gets in there for 10 carries a game or whatever, still think Jones is going to catch 4 or 5 balls a game, and is going to be able to pay off that ADP. So I just love him.
Yeah.
I think that the whole offense is going to run through Jones.
Yeah. Devlar's asking if they do best ball for both NFL and NBA and DraftKings. I know they do NFL. I don't know if they do NBA best ball and DraftKings, but they do, and it's way softer over there. There's also a question too. So Ramos is saying I think Javonte and Swift are going to be better than Jones, and like I think they're all kind of in similar situations, but I've seen Aaron Jones perform in those situations where Javonte is still going to be like 60-40 with Melvin Gordon, even though I think Melvin Gordon is dust. And DeAndre Swift, I love DeAndre Swift, but like we haven't seen him do a full season of anything yet. And they like, I don't know if you guys have seen Jamal Williams cry in like multiple Hard Knocks episodes, but like I'm sorry, they're not Jamal Williams is gonna get his touches.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I love Jamal. I'm glad he's getting a shine on Hard Knocks, because I've loved Jamal since he was on the Packers, and
Yeah.
he's like he went viral a couple times on Twitter, like like doing some dancing before pregame and stuff like that. But he's just been such a high energy guy, and I've just loved him ever since he's came into the league, and I'm happy to see him getting some shine on Hard Knocks.
I was watching last night's episode this morning right before the show, and Jamal Williams, like during the Colts, they had like a joint practice, and is just screaming at whoever was covering him.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
just
yeah. The linebacker on the Colts or whatever.
yeah. Also, no one's stock has risen more in my eyes than Deuce Staley from this.
Yeah.
That dude is the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. So I took
All right,
Josh Allen here. I went a
try to
little
run it
bit
back with Gabe.
different. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to. So a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people who take Chase are gonna try to pair that up with Burrow, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to do Allen. Oh, there goes Gabe, so that didn't work. But I
Damn.
can still get Knox and McKenzie. So
You
I'm gonna
get,
try to do a little Josh Allen stack here with a bring back of Chase, and hopefully that's maybe a little bit different. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, that's the Week 17 correlation. Bills, Bengals. If anybody's just tuning in and figuring that out, but I like to target that. I mean, I think there's been a million podcasts on this and shows and stuff, so I think it's kind of beat to the ground. But the fact that there's like 470 people in the final week
Right. It's
this
big.
year, really just leads you to trying to shoot for some correlation and some high scoring shootouts in the last week.
Do you have anybody? Sorry, I'll wait till we make this pick and then I'll fire a question at you.
So I just can never get myself to click ETN and Brees Hall. It's probably
I know.
stupid. One of them's probably going to be pretty good. I just never click it. I've taken a lot of Marquise Brown, and I'm not
Me too.
super stoked on it. I mean, he doesn't just get me like going.
I know. He's scary.
So I think I'm going to take Juju here. I think I'm going
I
to
like
take
that.
Juju. Just add another high-powered offense to the fold here. And let's see what else we got for Chiefs here.
Is there anybody that that like everyone else seems pretty high on that you're just like not buying into right now? Like that you don't even have a good justification for. You like I'm not in.
Yeah, I'm trying to scroll through. Like I feel like I've been pretty out on the Chargers receivers, and I've been pretty out on the Broncos.
Yeah.
And it's actually more of I think it's more of like a game theory thing than it is like the player personnel. But like, so for the Chargers right now, or let's start with the Broncos, right? So I think all of the Broncos, so like the Week 17 thing happened and everybody was all fired up about Week 17. And then I think all of the Broncos like ADPs just like shifted as a whole forward because people were trying to pair them up with the Chiefs. And then that kind of just stuck and that like created their baseline. And then from there, they've been moving a little bit. And so I
Moving
think
up.
just in general, their baseline was a little bit inflated just based on the Week 17. And so yeah, I've kind of been out on the Broncos. I haven't really been chasing them too much. I don't really have much Russ. And then same kind of reason for the Chargers. I mean, like Mike Williams and Keenan Allen have been going like back to back off season, like right in that like 29 to 33 range, whatever. And I think everybody who's drafted Cooper Kupp has got like one of those on their team because they're going for some Week 17 correlation there. It's super easy to get Kupp and one of those guys. And that's an example of like I think two players that are probably getting drafted at their ceilings, right? I mean, like, yeah, the Chargers are going to be good, right? But they also have Austin Eckler, who's going to be good. So when you've got three players getting drafted in like the first 3 rounds, like that just kind of makes me a little bit nervous, including the quarterback. I mean, Herbert goes in the 3rd round too. So like
what I've been trying to
tough for those guys to pay off,
I'm still super high on the Chargers, but the way I've been handling it lately, anyways, is to try to go like if Eckler falls to me at say like, I don't know, 7 to 9 or whatever, I'm gonna go, all right, let me just see if I can get Eckler, Keenan or Mike Williams, and then get Herbert. And like, because I don't know how many stacks of the Chargers are going to include the running back like that. And I think Eckler's ceiling is just as high as those wide receivers. So that's how I've been trying to approach the Chargers because I still want a lot of exposure because I kind of like Herbert for MVP this year, which isn't even a hot take. I just think they're going to go in fuego. But to your, I'll let you make this pick and then, or while you're picking, actually, I'll let you make the pick. What are we looking at here?
No, that's all right. I mean, could go Kittle here. I already have kind of quarterback locked up. I don't love Deontay Johnson right now. I don't mind Godwin.
I didn't know if you're going to take Mahomes here, get that Charger stack going. I mean, the Chiefs stack.
Oh, shit.
Godwin smash it.
Damn.
I was going Dawson Knox.
Almost got auto Dawson Knox, dude. That would have sucked.
Uh,
We just ended the stream right there.
but when you were talking about the Broncos, similarly, like I tried to get a bunch of Broncos like early, and then because I was like, oh weird, no one's like looking at Russ. He was like pretty far down.
Mhm.
And then as they started to rise up, I was like, I'm not as interested. And then again, I'm such a sucker where I listen to a football podcast and I'm like, you're absolutely right. The Russ
I
Judy connection isn't that great. It's going to be Russ Sutton or Russ Hamler.
I know.
Um,
I
I
know.
have been like
That's the same thing that happens to me. Like I'll listen to something and then like 3 drafts in a row, I'll just fire on whatever that player is, and then I'll just kind of forget about it.
Yeah. Ooh, Rad Dad right in the chat. I didn't know Rad Dad was in here. He said, wow, didn't think Mahomes would fall to me at 58.
Oh, there we
I
go.
like that. I was looking at who do you think is my two-part question. What do you think is my highest percentage of owned wide receiver? And then who do you think it is?
I would say your percent's got to be in like the. Knowing you have like Brian Robinson at like 35%.
That's
I've got
come
to
down a little
assume.
bit. Did you see
I've got
Brian
to assume
Robinson's?
you're at like what? Go ahead.
I was gonna say Brian Robertson, I was getting at like 180, 190, like late. He was like one of my
Oh yeah,
last
I
running
know.
back picks.
I know.
And now he's going like 130 or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he's creeping up big time. He's almost like getting and freaking Antonio Gibson's almost becoming a buy now because he's like in
I-
the hundreds.
well, that's
And
what
it's
I've been
like, all right,
doing
they're not
just
like he's not just going to be a complete bench player. So
yeah. That's what I've been doing just to protect my Robinson bags a little bit. Like let me get a little
yeah,
couple Gibson shares. All right, so hit me with the percentage. What do you think it is?
I feel like you're going to be at like 28% of
That's close.
somebody, and then it's going to be like a late receiver because that's where they kind of condense a little bit. I feel like it's going to be
Oh, sorry, you're on the
like
clock.
oh shit, I am on the clock. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like it's gonna be like a Dotson or like Nico Collins type of guy.
Ooh, Nico Collins is a fun one here. Who are we taking here?
I think I'm gonna go Brandon Ayuk. I've
Oh,
freaking
I
been
love
loving
Ayuk.
Ayuk. I think
So
okay, I don't think anything. I've read some reports that Lance is just gonna freaking open her up and that's gonna be
that's
more conducive to Ayuk than Debo. So
here, big ticket. Mike loves Waddle. Jalen Waddle at
oh yeah.
25.8%. 25 Jalen Waddle, which honestly kind of dumb considering they have Tyreek Hill. But he just kept that 38 to 40 range. I was like, I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
is
This
bad. Yeah. It's tough. Let's see where he went today. He went in the 36 spot, but like yeah, I mean, Gabe actually went a little bit earlier than that. He's usually been going in like the early 40s. He's usually after like McLaurin and but yeah, like I prefer like Waddle over McLaurin, Robinson, those guys. I
yeah,
love
it's
Waddle. I
weird.
think Waddle's gonna be good. I unfortunately you probably weren't into this camp, seeing as you have 26%, but I was in the camp of like, oh shit, they have Tyreek, like Waddle's probably overpriced, and then like the more I started thinking about it, I'm like, well, why couldn't they both be sick?
Well, and so you know what it is though? This is bias because I had him for a showdown. They played some I think it was Dolphins. I don't even remember who
Mm,
they played. And I played him in the captain and I just watched him do he was like Wes Welker on steroids where he
yeah.
can just like do whatever he wants on any part of the field and it seems like Tua likes him. And I think if only like I still think Tyreek's going to be good. I just think where you were
Mhm,
getting Jalen Waddle is like similar upside kind of.
mhm.
I wish it was PPR because I think in a PPR format, he's just going to go like, 10 for
Yeah, yeah.
95 every single week.
Oh yeah,
Um,
totally.
and that's what like Paul's like. Also, we don't really know if Tua is good. I agree with that, but like Waddle, like Tua is really good at throwing like 6-yard passes. And
Yeah,
that's where
yeah,
like
yeah,
Waddle's been
yeah.
eating. But yeah, I've got like 25 Waddle. Man, way too much Devonta Smith. I've got like 20% him.
I've
And then
got a lot
it's
of Devontae Smith too.
yeah. But then, like a lot of the guys you were saying, I got Higgins at 19%, Lamb at 19%, Marquise Brown. My other big stand was Alec Pierce. I got like
Oh yeah,
18%
yeah.
Alec Pierce right now, which looked really
We'll
bad
see.
until last week.
We'll see if Matt Ryan could really open her up this year.
Yeah.
One
Nervous.
last Matt Ryan stand.
Yeah, he's a rich man's Philip Rivers in this Colts offense because he can still
Yeah.
throw. It's so funny because I've just like sorry, you're on. What do we got here?
So I am addicted to Tony Pollard and I take him all the time. But I think I'm gonna take Edmonds because I also love him, and
Yeah.
he's just the RB1 right now. And I recently watched somebody post a clip of his 5 touches in the preseason game, and really kind of got me going. So I think I'm gonna go Edmonds. I like Edmonds.
Yeah, I like that.
He's definitely high on
I
my list. I've got a lot of exposure to both of those guys.
Yeah, let me see my running back here. Yeah, so Brian Robinson's dipped down to 29%.
Okay, okay.
I had a lot of Chase Edmonds earlier, only 16% now. But man, I got I got so much Darrell Williams, which is terrifying because I'm assuming
Ooh,
the Cardinals are just going to go get like Kenyon Drake now and
Kenyon
bring
Drake.
him back.
Yeah.
I
See if
know.
you can just trade those in for Damian Williams or something.
Where, where- where's Damian Williams right now?
He's on the Falcons. He's on the
Is
Falcons.
he
But
on the Oh yeah.
apparently he might get some run ahead of Tyler Algier or whatever. So
Oh my God. I
he
got
might be
a
the
lot.
RB2 on the Falcons.
I had a lot. Man, my running backs are so gross. Rashad White. I have a
They
lot of
have to
Rashad
be.
White.
Yeah, you have to have gross running backs, I think, in this format. Like,
Yeah.
I think if you're, I mean, we just went through all this stud like receivers up top. Like, if you're pounding like 3 running backs early, and so like you can do that, but then you have to, in my opinion, you have to punt on tight end, probably tight end and quarterback if you go like 2 running backs or 3 running backs early. And I
Yeah.
just love taking an early. I love taking an early both of those. So I
I
just
do
never do
too.
it.
I do too. I will say one of the ones that I'm kind of excited about that I'm pretty overweight on. I've got like 20% Damian Pierce. And I mean,
Yeah,
unless the Texans just decide we're trying to lose as many games as possible, I think he's gonna I mean, he looks way better than everybody else on that team.
yeah.
So we're looking at so you got
I agree.
Chase, Juju, Godwin, and Ayuk. I like that wide receiver core. So now are you just hoping to grab like Dawson Knox to give you a little bit of a correlation there? I mean, not
Yeah,
right
well,
now, but like
I gotta pair him up with Allen. So we're going 90 and then we're going 103. So it's a little dicey to see if Knox gets there at 103. Decent amount of tight ends ahead of me. So I'll probably roll the dice on Knox. Hopefully he falls and Rad Dad doesn't snipe me or something.
Rad Dad, knock it off.
Um,
Also,
I might
Brent
try to
saying,
snag MVS
sorry,
here and just get both the Chiefs.
I like that. Brent saying Cowboy stack for the win. Brent, listen. I hate to be the one to do this, but outside of CD Lamb, I guess some Pollard, I've been staying. Actually, that's not even true. I've been staying away from Dak, but I've been getting a lot of Jalen Tolbert. I've been doing a lot of that late.
So the other thing, oh no, we can't do that. I love Goddard. I just freaking love Goddard.
Uh-oh.
Burrow
Rad Dad's
is freaking
he's
all right.
falling, dude.
Screw it. We're taking Goddard. We're gonna get wild here. We said we're gonna take my guys. I love Goddard, so I'm just gonna take him, and I'm gonna take him with Knox, and they're gonna have the same bye week, and we're gonna figure it out later.
I did that last night. I did a draft, and at the very end, I was feeling really good about my team, and so I had 2 quarterbacks with the same bye week. So I had to grab a third quarterback, which is out of like my 111 drafts. That's the only time I have 3 quarterbacks.
I know. So okay, I got a question. Like pretty much every one of my drafts, I'm like 2-5-9-2. Like, is that just a fish move? Like, should I be getting crazier with this stuff or?
So I have the same quarter, like except for that one I just said, 2 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends and everyone. I've been going more 6-8, but the reason is because I've been starting with like 4 wide receivers. So
Yeah,
like my wide receivers I know are fire, right? So it's like, because I told you
yeah,
this, almost all of my drafts, I'm like drafting
yeah,
between 1-3 and 1-9. So I'm like, okay, I'm taking
yeah.
a wide receiver almost every time. So I want more darts at like shit running back. So that's why I've been going 6 running backs. However, if I have like, if I'm starting with McCaffrey or Taylor, or even in situations with like Cook or Eckler, then I might try to go what you're
Yeah.
doing with 5-8.
The thing that
We did.
gets me about that, because like I always look, and I do like I've probably done 90% slow drafts, so it's a little bit different vibe there. But I get to like I have like 4 RBs going into like the 15th round, and then I'm down here in this range where it's just like every player is shit, like Daryl Williams, Gus Edwards, like Jarek McKinnon, Eno Benjamin, Mark Ingram, Ronald Jones. Like all right, I can't take 2 of these guys. Like, I feel like they're just
Right.
duds. So it's like, so then I end up with 5, and it's like I'm probably super weak at running back, but
But if you're like one of those guys that you're high on, if they like,
yeah,
hit, then all of a sudden it doesn't matter. And now you have another dart throw on wide receiver. I totally get that. Like there's times where I've gone, like my fifth running back is Mostert and my sixth one is Williams. And then I'm like, well, what
yeah,
am I doing here? Like,
yeah, yeah.
how many times are those guys even going to play, or play in my lineup? I mean,
I do think it's smart. So we're about 3%. I think it was at about 70% this morning. So there's about 30% of drafts left. I think it's smart to. So one of the things I've noticed, and like there's a couple of examples of this. Oh, nice. We're gonna snag Knox here.
oh, there we go.
That fell in nicely. Look at Antonio Gibson, dude. He's going to be a 10th rounder here.
That's
That's wild. He's
crazy.
going in like
This
the
is too,
6th round.
that is too late, I think. Like
Yeah,
Devin
I think so
Singletary
too.
shouldn't be going before Antonio Gibson, unless he really is
Yeah,
just a punt returner now.
yeah. But I think there's a couple examples of it for the last 2 years of like players who just like weren't really drafted that much that ended up
Mhm.
like paying off a lot. And I think right now like preseason week 3 is going to happen, but there's probably not a lot coming out of week 3. A lot of teams are just like not really playing anybody, keep trying to keep everybody in bubble wrap before the season starts. So I don't
Yeah.
think we're going to see like anything crazy coming out of there. I mean, maybe, I don't know. But I think it makes sense to like go down and like so when you get down here like towards the bottom, right? And it's like every single player has like a 215 ADP or whatever.
Mhm.
That's like, or 214. That just tells you like a bunch of guys that like aren't getting drafted in every draft. And so if you're in like the 17th and 18th round, I think it makes sense to just scroll down and just fire. Even if you're like you're supposed to be picked like 200 and you're going for like a guy whose ADP is like 215 or whatever. I think you just do that, and just to kind of be different and get a little bit of uniqueness there.
Well, you helped me out with that too, because I kept falling in this, and I still have a lot of this person, but I kept falling in the same spot where I was taking Will Fuller. Because I'm like,
Hmm.
somebody's gonna pick up Will Fuller. I don't understand what's happening.
Hmm.
And you were like, yeah, I was doing that for a little bit, but then you moved to like Beckham. And then I was like,
Hmm.
you're right. I should be, especially with like picks 16, 17, and 18. If I'm not doing specific correlating moves, I should just be like firing
Yeah,
some different darts because, like, in no world is my, unless it was Brian Robinson, in no world is like my, same pick in round 16 or 17 going to be doing anything.
yeah.
I agree with We the People. This is somebody I've been targeting lately as well as Boyd. I've been getting a lot of Tyler Boyd, especially with like my Burrow stacks, just because I think Boyd is just going to be doing way more work this year for the bank because I just don't see the Bengals beating teams the same way they did in the past. Like people are going to be like, oh, we can't do what the Chiefs did in the playoffs. Someone should fucking cover Chase. So I wonder if we see
Hmm.
a little bit more underneath stuff with Boyd. But we'll see. Also, good.
Speaking of
Love Sean.
Boyd, he's live for me to pick here, and would
There you
really.
go.
Oh no, he's not. He gone. He
No,
gone.
he gone.
All right, I'm just gonna take the guy who's just rocket shipped up all draft boards this summer. George Pickens. Screw it.
Mm.
Apparently he's
Red
like
Dead's.
apparently he should have been the best receiver this year or something.
Yeah, a lot of hype. Unfortunately, he has Mitch Trubisky and who else? Like who's the other
Kenny Pickett,
guy?
dude. I'm kind
Kenny
of
Pickett.
Kenny Pickett's been showing some flashes in preseason. I think he'll be toting the rock by midseason.
Yeah. So what's your take on Claypool? So it sounds like their starters you're gonna have Johnson, Claypool, and Pickens, I think, right? I feel like
Hmm.
Claypool's
Hmm.
falling way too far.
Yeah, especially so it sounds like it's going to be Pickens and Johnson on the outside, and then Claypool in like the freaking jumbo slot role or whatever. And I
Yeah.
think that's pretty juicy because Claypool is like a go up and get it like kind of guy, like a strong dude, but I feel like he just doesn't have that like breakaway like downfield type of deal. Like he's
Right.
got some big catches, like he's got some big contested catch stuff, but I think getting him the ball early and just letting him rumble is going to be a little bit better for him. And so I feel like I just never really take Claypool because there's probably like, let me see where he's at. There's probably a couple. Oh, he's right here.
So yeah, I think he went
I
like
just passed him, I
112, something
think.
like that, right?
Yeah, 106. So I mean,
06.
there's not really that many other players around here that I love. So I don't know. I probably should be taking more Claypool. I guess I do take a lot of Knox and Goddard there. But yeah, I think he's a good pick. He's a good player. I think that's fallen quite a bit. Now he's in like the 10th
Yeah.
round, and since with the Pickens hype, he's kind of going backwards direction. And I mean, I don't know. I don't think the I mean, this have one tight end, they have one running back, right? So they're probably going to be in a lot of 3 receiver sets. They're not going to do a lot
Mhm.
of 2 receivers. So I think Claypool's going to be out there quite a bit.
Um, are you drafting Isaiah Likely in the 3rd round now after last week's performance?
Oh man, dude, I love that guy. It's funny, like they're saying, like, oh, he's gonna be the 3rd receiver or the 3rd, receiving threat for the Ravens. I'm like, I don't get how that works. They're gonna play a bunch of what is that, 21 personnel, or what's 2 tight ends,
I
12 or
think so.
21 or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Not a big football
they're
guy.
gonna like Hernandez and Gronk, the
Yeah.
still alive version of that. All right, who we got here?
Okay, so this is the time I take Kenny Gainwell.
I love
Usually,
Gainwell.
always. I know. I love him too. I'm a little bit nervous that he's purely so Boston Scott's been getting a little bit more run than I thought in the
God,
preseason.
go
So
away.
I know I was hoping this would be the year that Gainwell would be like kind of the 3rd down back, and then if Miles Sanders gets hurt, he'd be the bell cow. But
Mhm.
it seems like if Sanders gets hurt, it's still going to be out early, and then Gainwell in the 3rd down role still. So no, that's not my favorite kind of archetype of running back, right? I'd prefer like the Pollards, the Madisons, the guys who are it's like they're gonna mix in, for a little bit, like even AJ Dillon. They're gonna mix in for a little bit during, when the running back's healthy, but then as soon as that guy gets hurt or he's out for a game, it's just gonna be all the backup, getting,
Yeah.
95% of the snaps.
And I think that offense is going to be a lot of fun this year too. Like if Jalen Hurts
Hmm.
takes just a little bit of a step, I think that team's going to be
Hmm.
really, really good. And if he doesn't, they're still going to put up numbers.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited for Philly. I think they have a chance to put up big numbers.
So we got to start thinking about quarterback here.
I just assumed you
My
were doing your
second
little
quarterback.
Danny Jones, Wandell Robinson there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the sneaky one that I've been doing quite a bit. I've also been it's just a classic, like I read like a thread on Twitter and then I'm just like super stoked on a dude. But apparently Trevor Lawrence had a couple really good throws in the preseason, and people were like, well, all he needed was get rid of Urban Meyer. So now I'm like trying to fire as many Trevor Lawrence as possible at the end here just to get a
Also, did you
little bit
see
of equity in him.
our boy Urban Meyer back in the Fox pregame show for college
Yeah.
football?
Yeah, dude. They just don't
He,
care.
Fox is hilarious. Like, give him a year off. Let him relax. Let him relax. Get grinded on. Like, just kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing with Trevor
So this
Lawrence
is
too is you can
yeah.
do late pairings with him.
Uh-huh. I mean, I just queued up like I mean, it's funny because like you listen to some people and they're like hyped on Zay Jones, and then you listen to like other people and they're like, well, both these guys are dust, and it's just gonna be Christian Kirk, or the Jags are still gonna suck this year or whatever. I mean, I love being able to take a quarterback in the freaking 12th round and still being able to grab a couple receivers after. I mean,
Right.
that's awesome. So
And
oh,
also,
there
listen.
goes freaking McKenzie, dude.
No.
Sharp. It's all right.
Um.
I got a sneaky Bills play for later.
Oh, I want to see if I can figure it out without saying it. And don't tell me
I
it's
think you'll figure
whoa.
it out.
LG just pulled the debut Curry. Wow.
Jeez.
Wow. Good for LG. That he hasn't run hot. So. Uh. Oh, what was I just gonna say? Damn it. Foiled again by the first mint. Yeah, I like
We're
what
talking
oh,
Lawrence. We're talking Lawrence.
was Lawrence off the did he just go off the board or did you take him?
No, I took
You
him. I
took him.
took him. I snagged him.
Oh yeah, I've fallen for the Christian Kirk thing before. And I like Christian Kirk like when he's just a burner, right? I mean, I feel like he's I don't know, either poor man's or a rich man's Marquise Brown, or maybe he's just the same man as Marquise Brown. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna run real fast down the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's great. I think that's great for wide receiver 2 or 3. I don't really want to be spending a high pick on that. So I much prefer getting Trevor Lawrence with like some just random dart throws, you know?
Yeah, yeah. What's your
And not
take
that
on sharing a bye week at the onesies?
uh wait, say that again. Sharing a bye week at the what?
So like the set at the onesie positions, like tight end and quarterback,
Oh,
where I'm typically taking two, right? But
yeah.
I've
I
heard
don't
this. I've heard a couple like Galaxy Brain like share a bye week, take the hit 1 week, upside more weeks, blah 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 whatever.
I mean, so I like I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love it. I think if
I don't
it's
either.
yeah, I think if it happens, whatever, but I'm not trying to I like do they feel that way about quarterbacks too?
Yeah, I think the concept is like do a. I think the concept is more for at quarterback. It would be like I think it's just the uniqueness of the stacks that the concept is. So like
If it
I don't
gets
even know a
through.
good example, but it's like yeah, if you can take the hit in week 7 and your team is still good, like there's going to be not many teams that have Josh Allen plus whoever another quarterback is with a week 7 bye. So
I g-
once
oh
you're into the
man.
playoffs and buys don't matter, then like your team's different or something. I think I've done it a couple times at tight end. I don't think I've ever done it at quarterback, and it's mostly just in tight end because I kind of forgot on all these slow drafts, and I get to the 18th pick and I'm like, ah, shit, my tight ends have the same buy.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I thought you brought it up because your tight ends have the same buy.
Yeah, they do, and so that's what I was thinking. Like, should I draft another one or should I just say screw it and roll with them? But I think I'm gonna
Uh,
end up drafting another. I'm queued up some
I,
late guys.
yeah, especially because exactly likely Brevin Jordan. Those are the guys that and especially now that you have Trevor Lawrence. I
Yeah.
mean, you might as well grab Ingram.
So
I
I keep skipping Madison, which I feel like is stupid. I take quite a bit of him early. But I've just been suckered by Michael Carter lately. I mean, we're in the 13th round here. And I feel like it's pretty easy for him to pay off his ADP by having like a, I don't know, 30% rushing share this year on the Jets or something. And I'm not convinced, it's kind of a leverage play on Brees Hall because I just have like 0% Brees Hall, right? So I I don't want to just completely fade the Jets. So if it's like if I'm fading Brees Hall, then I might as well load up on a little bit of
yeah.
Michael Carter and try to lean into
I
that. So I've been
especially
taking
where
some of
he's
him lately.
fallen now. I feel like Michael Carter's been falling quite a bit. So I like that. I like that quite a bit. I actually been doing that with a lot of the Khalil Herberts of the world. We've
Hmm.
talked about Jamal Williams already too. Fenny asks where are we at with the Baltimore backfield. How are you feeling about JK this year?
I mean, I that he's in that range of like some good receivers still. So I just never really take Dobbins unless like sometimes I think I'll take him if he's like I forget if it's like the 5th round or whatever. If I've like started with four receivers, I'll take him. But I pretty much always just skip Dobbins. Then Gus Edwards is hurt still, so
Yeah.
was taking a lot of him early, and then he's like now not going to be back or whatever. So for the first couple weeks, so kind of just been staying away from that backfield.
Yeah, I've been taking Lamar Jackson instead. That's like I think what did I
Yeah,
say, like
yeah.
17% of him, and I'm just betting hard on and I'm you know what the one thing I was getting a little bit nervous about, and this is actually why I was reaching for Trey Lance because a lot of my lineups are Lamar and Trey Lance. The way the my roster was falling is that I would find myself getting a solid wide receiver, and then Mark Andrews fell to me. And then it's like, okay, once I get Andrews, then I go like Lamar Bateman the next turn. So when that started happening, I was like, all right, I don't know how many lineups are going to have Lamar and Trey Lance or Lamar and Jalen Hurts, and I was trying to do it that way because I do think
Yeah.
most of that, but because of that, I'm staying away from Dobbins. I got like some shares before it was announced he was going to be like ready to go, but now that he's moved up into I don't know the 50s, right? That I've kind of stayed away.
So I'm trying to make a decision here at running back. I could kind of take like one of these three guys, and I think I'd probably just pack up shop. So I think I'm going to do that. And we just
Yeah.
talked about Jamal Williams, so screw it. We're going to run with Jamal,
You feeling a little bit
and
better
I
about
think we're going to stop
oh,
there.
sorry, I was gonna say, do you
No,
feel
no,
a
go
little
ahead.
bit better about White now that he that they got rid of Kenyon Drake?
No, so I actually am. So I was so for a while, White and Drake were going in the same at the same spot there in the end in like 17th, 18th round. So I was actually just like kind of alternating those guys. I have quite a bit of Drake, not as much White. Um, so I'm really hoping Drake gets picked up by somebody. But similar to this Gainwell thing, I think White's gone up too high. So
Yeah.
just because Jacobs hasn't played at all, I think we've been seeing a lot of Zamir White, and that's been getting everybody hyped up. But like they still have Abdullah now, who's going to be the third down back. So I think Zamir White is just going to be the straight backup to Josh Jacobs, and then Abdullah is still going to be the third down back. And so, I mean, White, you need to have injury to Jacobs, I guess. And I mean, so that's like the one case, right? And then the other
Mhm.
case is like why he's different than like a Jamal Williams or a Madison or whatever is because he doesn't have like that third down side of him. I don't
Right.
think the way that
Right.
I'm understanding it, right? So that's why I think he's been juiced up a little bit too much. If he had that third down role and then like had potential like a Madison or whatever to step into it if Jacobs gets hurt, then I would be more into it. But I think people are getting a little bit tricked in the preseason on White. And I don't doubt that like he's a better running back than Jacobs. And I
Right.
don't doubt that he's probably going to be their running back one next season, but I think they're going to ride Jacobs into the ground this year, and you're just kind of banking on an injury for White to really get some shine. But I could be wrong.
I, I actually don't hate because again, with this type of pick, you're just trying to get. If I could get like 1 or 2 weeks, go ahead, your pick too, and then I'll finish that.
I think I'm going to take. It's a little bit of a stretch. I've actually taken quite a bit of Zay Jones. I don't really remember who was like hyped on him like a month ago, but ever since that,
There you
I've been taking a lot of him.
go. But I kind of like the idea of getting a couple late shots at Amir Abdullah, only because
Hmm.
I think the Raiders are going to be in a lot of shootouts. It feels like just based on them playing the Chiefs and the Chargers both twice, and the Broncos for that matter.
And the
So if you think
Broncos, yeah.
yeah, and if you think they're throwing a lot, and it's Josh McDaniels' first time taking over. We know in previous Josh McDaniels offenses, the James White was like RB12 at the end of the year, whatever it was. So I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be useful for more than like 1 or 2 weeks in a season. But I don't think it's that out of the question that he catches in a game against the Chiefs or whatever, goes 8 for 60 and gets a touchdown
Yeah.
or two or something like that. So I don't
Yeah.
hate it.
No, for sure. I like that a lot. The other thing I've been so I was clicking a lot of Marlon Mack because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, what if like Pierce is getting steamed too much? But then I forgot about the whole Rex Burkhead deal too. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been off of
Sexy.
Marlon Mack and I've just been doing a little bit of Rex every now and again, just trying to grab a couple of him because he's definitely
If you
not getting drafted in every round.
if you told me Rex Burkhead was 45, I'd believe you. I feel like I've been
Yeah. Oh yeah.
using him as a punt RB2 in DraftKings for 10 years.
Yeah. Totally. Totally. So we need to we need to grab a couple receivers here. I'm trying to see if we have any like sneaky correlations left. Miami, New England, nothing. Green Bay, Vikings, nothing. Philly, New Orleans. I think all the New Orleans guys are gone. Jets, Jets play the Seahawks.
Little
Lions play the
Kendrick Bourne?
Bears.
Little Kendrick Bourne?
Oh yeah, Kendrick Bourne's in there. We could get a little Miami, New England. We have already got Cincinnati and Buffalo covered. Would have loved to have another one, another a McKenzie there, but whatever. We could take. Oh shit. Oh no, yeah, we could take Crowder. He's falling off a rock. I was taking a ton of Crowder before McKenzie just made that pick look
I
stupid.
remember we had talked about that too. I think we were on both sides of
Yeah.
that.
I'm trying to see if we've got any Broncos left. Nothing. Bucks play. Who do the Bucks play? I should know this. Bucks play the Panthers. Nothing back here.
Yeah, gross.
Okay. Well, we got Josh Allen, so you got to take Crowder. You got to just hope that he gets some run.
Regulator
So now I got
asking,
two guys with Allen. Go ahead.
no, he's just saying, will Bourne make the team? He better. I just pulled his $4 all day moment, so he better still be in the league.
I did see some things like running as the wide receiver 4 or whatever. It's so hard in the preseason though. Like if like because nobody like the coaches don't say shit, and obviously the Patriots don't
know.
say anything. So it's like, is Bourne the wide receiver 4? Is he just kind of dinged up and they're just not running him around too much in the preseason? Like, who knows?
Yeah. Here, I'm going to share my screen just for a second to remind the people as we start to wind down because you're almost
Yeah.
at the end of this draft. We're giving away 5 base set series 3 packs today. So just hashtag Z better than TST, like the stream, subscribe to Team Hole in order to qualify. I'm going to rip 5 of these right after this draft ends. And then we'll go ahead and give those away. And let me put your screen back up. So what are you on? You on round 17 right now? Is that what we just entered?
Yeah, we are about to round into 17. So, how do we feel about this running? How do we feel about receivers here? I got how many do I got here? I got 7 receivers. Chase, Juju, Godwin, Ayuk, Pickens. I mean, I think that's a pretty strong group. The guy that I'm debating on picking up is Zach Moss.
I like some
Just
late
'cause
shares on Moss.
yeah, he's shown a little bit of action lately. And I mean, again, it's preseason, so who the hell knows? But like, there's a world where he's getting a little bit more run than Cook out of the gates. And I've heard, there's some pass protection. Oh, Zach Moss goes nice. Freaking who the hell is sniping in this stream?
Is that Rad Dad again?
No, it's Jay Liet or whatever. Just
Come
as
on,
soon as I queued him up, he went. So there
Oh.
goes the Zach Moss hype.
Joe Lederman says sorry in the chat.
Ah, damn it, Joe. Damn it. You could have waited around. I wouldn't have taken him yet. All right, we're gonna get real cheeky. We're gonna get some deep correlation here with a little Zay Jones, Brevin Jordan, week 17.
Oh,
mini
yes.
stack.
That's going to be a
How many
shootout
people
for
are targeting
sure.
that one, baby?
Joe says we should pull up J Lead 13 because he said it's an awful team. So
All right, we'll do that at the end.
we'll take a look at
We'll look at Rad Dad's and we'll look at Joe's team. Is anybody else in the chat in this draft that's been sniping? Okay, let's get weird here. Let's get weird with our last pick. We got
Cedric Wilson
got?
for that
Let's-
Miami New England correlation. All right, you don't have
Oh,
any
that. Yeah, that's right. But I do like Cedric Wilson. I have been
too.
taking quite a bit of him. He's going to be the wide receiver 3, I think. Montgomery, I just think that's going to be like, there's just going to be like 4. I think the Patriots backfield is just scary. I haven't been taking any of those guys lately.
Yeah, I took a couple of shots at Montgomery with my 18th pick a couple of times just because he counts as a wide receiver too. So I was like, whatever.
This is the guy that I really wish I would have taken a larger stand on him.
I know.
Because if if all the hype has been going around Ayuk, right? That Lance lights it up, he fires it down the sidelines, he's gonna open up the field a lot. Then like Juwan Jennings was like a freaking all pro during the playoffs last year, right? And so it's
Right.
like he's like getting nobody's talking about him. And I might click on his name and it's gonna say like cut or something. No, stick him. I see it. His last update is 4 months ago. So it's like it's just nobody's talking about it. I don't even know if he's played in the preseason, but it's like he flashed in the playoffs, right? He was like the clear-cut wide receiver 3. He like had a couple games where he led the team in yards during the playoffs. So it's like, or maybe a game, I don't know. So I mean, this is a guy that I wish I would have just had like 20% of as an 18th rounder and just like hope he gets a couple big weeks.
You wanted this to be your Brian Robinson.
Yeah, dude, I should have had that.
I can't wait to. Brian Robinson's going to have like a good week 1 and then just like not play again.
You're just going to be victory lapping everywhere like $2 million is mine.
And then it's like Ron Rivera was teaching Gibson a lesson the first week and now is set to take on a 3-down role. Regulators asking about Stevenson. I'm actually a little bit nervous that I'm not nervous because I don't have too much of them, I don't think. But I feel like the community reacted a little too strongly to one report. Like Damian Harris is still there, and he's still going to be the lead back at least for the first 4 weeks, right? I think. Unless I know there was like some trade rumors out there, but I don't know. I'd be a little nervous about being too overweight, or at least where Ramondre's being traded. If you were getting him at like 110, 120, sure,
yeah,
but he's going to like 80 now.
Yeah. I haven't clicked them at all. I was drafting him a little bit. later or earlier on in the offseason, but I haven't clicked on them at all. I think I've just been largely just passing on those guys. I think it's just, especially with the way Ty Montgomery's been going. I mean, like in week, I think their second preseason game, I had some. I was invested in a little bit. I had some DraftKings going, and I was watching it, and I mean, it was like they were just giving Stevenson a series, then Harris a series, then Ty Montgomery a
Right.
series with the first team. So it's like that's just ugly. That's just not a backfield I want to have a part of.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
So there we go. That's a wrap. We got the solid team here. We got Buffalo, Josh Allen with a little Crowder and Knox. Would have preferred McKenzie, but we got some action there. We got to bring back with Chase. So that's good. Then we got Trevor Lawrence. The vaulted Trevor Lawrence, A. Jones, Brevin Jordan stack. And then we got a couple rookies here. Do we have a couple? No, we just have one rookie in Pickens. I always like to make sure I have a rookie on the team, just to like kind of
No,
get the bases flowing.
I've got way too many rookies on my team.
And then I'm pretty big on Juju and Ayuk, so I like those guys to beat their ADPs. And then we're just gonna hope a couple things go right in our direction at running back, and Jones should lead the way, and somebody else will do something.
Hey, and congrats on officially being maxed out.
That's right. I was actually gonna go click the button right now and just make sure it tells me says like, sorry, dude, you can't do it anymore.
Let's pull up after this ends soon. Let's pull up Jay Leitz and
yeah. We're gonna go there right now. Oh wait, how'd this work? Yeah, here we go.
All right, there we go. I thought you just started.
So Jay Leat was in the 3 spot. Can you guys see this? It's kind of oh, here we go. Does this work? Nope, that didn't work.
Let's see. Started with Jefferson, right? I see Jefferson in there.
Jefferson, Fournette, Higgins, Hall, Waller, Lance. Okay. I'm not seeing a whole lot of correlation. Here he did the sneaky little Wandale Daniel Jones. That's always nice.
So we got a nude Trey Lance.
Yeah, nude Trey Lance. And then we've got Osborne Jefferson combo. I mean, hey, could do some things.
Dude, I like it. I like team rookie running back. Is Rad Dad his name? Oh yeah, his name is real Rad Dad. What do we got over here?
Let's see what Rad Dad did here.
Honestly, Joe said not a lot of correlation because I kept getting sniped. I've got at least 10 drafts like that where I was like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah. Rad Dad has a nice team here because I feel like Mahomes doesn't go at the end of the 5th that much. So he got Kelsey and a late Mahomes, and he got a correlation with Judy here.
I like
so that's pretty nice. That's really nice.
I don't love Connor.
I love those guys. Oh, really? I love Connor. I love Connor. Yeah.
I feel like What else
then
we got?
We got Sky Moore.
Oh man, that is a nice stack.
Then he fit in Melvin to keep pumping that one up.
Wow.
Then he's got some.
Look at those running backs.
Oh man, this is a good one, Rad Dad. I like this. I like this a lot. And then the
late Ryan
Wilson
Tannehill,
flyer, Jared McKinnon.
Does he have 3 quarterbacks, or is Ryan Tannehill his number 2?
Number 2, but when you got Mahomes,
it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter.
All right, I like it. That was fun.
Good stuff.
Good shit. Let's go see. Let's go confirm I can't enter this thing.
I thought I saw. Oh yeah, it's because you still have the. Let's see. Yeah, maxed out. Maxed out. Congratulations. I got to get to work today. JBB, I won't make you stay for the pack giveaway. But anything like you want to plug a little Momentum Labs? What do we got going on?
Yeah, I want to plug Momentum Labs, although me and Moment Nerd are both going on vacation for the next 10 days. So if there's any technical difficulties or anything when you sign up with your first one, where you're not going to be able to get a hold of us. So, but yeah, check us out. We're gonna getting some NFL all day coming. Moment Nerd's been sharing some sneak peeks of that in the Discord. Nice. So we should have our all day module up pretty soon here. So there we go.
Nice. Well, thanks so much for coming on, man. Getting up early for it. I appreciate having some. Again, I was exhausted this morning, so to not have to do a solo show was so I appreciate it. But I'll get you out of here, and we'll enjoy Ireland, man.
Yeah, thank you, dude. I'll talk to you later.
All right, later. All right, shout out JBB, Mr. John Boy Beats. Let's rip some packs, or by rip I mean give them away. So we're gonna give away 5 packs. If you win this thing, just shoot me a DM on Twitter or on the Discord. You're not gonna get it right away. Probably get it by the end of the week. For those that don't know why this is happening, go ahead and listen to the Top Shot podcast on Friday when it comes out. And then we're going to give away some in the Discord as well. So we've got like, I think 18 to give away. So we're just going to do 5 today. But again, just make sure you shoot me a DM. I'll let this cook for a second as a few more are coming in. We have 86 entrants. We're going to be back here in 90 minutes. Holy hell. So we'll be back at noon to talk some NBA Top Shot, maybe rip some locker room packs before they're all gone. So we'll do some hoops at noon. And then tonight I'm doing the spaces with Turf Talent. And then what do we get the rest of the week? Tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. We just have the NBA Top Shot show in the morning. And then Friday, we have the NBA Top Shot show in the morning, NFL All Day midday. And then in the evening, by evening, I mean afternoon, we'll have our happy hour show. And then that's the end of the week. I think that'll be like 72 shows that I did. Top Shot is down at 11 a.m., says Regulator. Gosh darn it, we got to rip those packs ahead of time. Does it make sense to still do the show if there's no, I don't know. Maybe we'll just come around and shoot the shit. We'll talk some hoops, talk about Kevin Durant. All right, here we go. We're ripping these. So remember, shoot me a DM either on Twitter at Mike Zakarian or at the Discord. Don't DM Team Hold because I always forget to check the Team Hold DMs. Here we go. The first winner is Devila. Congratulations. When you DM me, make sure you give me your Top Shot name. Number two is going to Number 2 is going to Sandra. I feel like Sandra has won a giveaway like 35 times here for Team Hold. Sandra is now like a stockholder of Team Hold. Next up. Who's it going? Mike Declan, or is it Declan? I feel like I did this last time. Congrats, Mike. Mike, let us know when you have an upcoming show. We're going to come in and check out your tunes, share your mixtape with us. All right, we have 2 left. 2 left for this show. Who's it gonna be? The fourth one is going to, I saw Jake in there for a second. Mike Brantix, congratulations. And last but not least, the 5th one, who is it gonna be? Winner, chicken dinner. It is going to Pack Trip. Shout out Pack Trip, my man. Pack Trip for the W. Reminder, shoot me a DM either at Mike Zakarian or in the Discord. Let me drop a link to the Discord just in case y'all aren't in there. It's a grand old time. We have a lot of fun in there. So get in there. We'll be back at noon. I don't know what the hell we're going to do since Top Shot is down, but I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thanks again, JBB, for coming on and drafting his 150th Best Ball Mania. We are out.
Well, the Top Shot streets are